Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Today's Friday, March 24th. It is 6:22 right now. Market's going to open in about 8 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and set up this room real quick, and then we will get started shortly with our analysis for today. So just keep in mind today's Friday. So, Fridays are usually a bit tricky, similar to Mondays, and you want to be a bit careful with taking entries. I saw a couple pre-market entries here. Market played out pretty nice. So hopefully it continues to move pretty smoothly throughout the session today. So I'll be trading till 8 o'clock today. Maybe we'll linger a little later, but for the most part, I think I'll be trading till 8 o'clock because obviously it is Friday from our back test of the strategy throughout the entire month of March. Friday is usually one of the riskier days. So just to be safe, we'll keep things straightforward. So I'll get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. Got you guys. All right. Looks good right there. Maybe this link posted over here as well. And then we'll also get this on our social media. So I'll get a few moments for people to make their way in, guys. As people join in, I'll go ahead and get started. So I get this on our social media real quick. Oh, for real? All right, cool. People are making their way in right now, guys. So there's a few more moments until we get started. All right, perfect. Make sure everyone's muted. Someone's eating in the background. Let me mute everybody. All right, there we go. I always forget to mute people. All right, guys. Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Today's Friday, March 24th. It is 6:26 right now. Market's going to open in about 4 minutes. Looks like people are still making their way in. So hopefully everyone had a great trading week. Just a reminder, today is Friday. So Friday is one of the riskier days to trade. From our back test, I showed you guys that most of the trades that lost came on Friday. So we're going to be a little careful today. I'm only going to trade till 8 o'clock. Just to be on the safer side. I didn't back test the results from yesterday, but I did from Wednesday. Win rate's pretty high for the entire month of March, so it's looking great. I didn't take any pre-market trades, but a couple people in the group did. So looking over here in the documentation, we have Patricia over here, total profit of 2,448 for the day. Walking some pretty nice profit right there for Patricia, all wins. And then we have Kip over here, total profit of 5,029 for the day. So great work, guys. Market's opening in a few minutes. So when the market does open, we will continue on with our analysis shortly. So let's see who's here so far. Just update a couple of things here. All right, looks good. All right, guys, cool. So let's see who's here. So you see what's on freaking loud. All right, mute that. All right, looks like we're good to go. All right, let's see who's here so far. Morning T, morning D, morning Maria, morning Essa, Loki, morning Kenny, morning AR, morning Dan, Morning, Jake. Good morning, guys. So welcome back to a lot of you guys who are rejoining the community. I know over the past couple of weeks, past couple of months, we've had a lot of new people, or not new people, but people from way back, return to our community. So, welcome to Essa, Loki over here, making it back. It's been like a year, but it's good to see a lot of old faces back in the community. So, welcome back, everybody. Today's Friday, March 24th. Market's going to open in about 2 minutes. There's just one pre-market trade I think I saw over here. Where did I see it at? Right here. So I saw this one right here, pre-market. I didn't take it, but this is the only pre-market trade that I saw come up. There's a higher high. There is a sell signal that came right here, broken close past the pivots. It was an entry for both my strategy and for Vincent's bull TP right there. That was the only one that came up pre-market. So some solid profits right there. Morning, Gak. Good morning, CJ. Morning, guys. All right, market is opening shortly. So as I mentioned, guys, Mondays and Fridays are typically the riskier days of the week. So you want to be a bit careful on a day like this. Let me check the news real quick to see if there was anything that happened pre-market. I believe there was news. So there wasn't news yet, or there was core durable goods orders and durable good orders. So at 5:30, there was some news. I'll mark it up. It's not really too relevant to us, but I'll still mark it up because we've already made it a habit to market news so that we understand where market might be a bit risky. We have some more news over here. Inflation news, flash manufacturing PMI, and flash services PMI at 645. Something we want to keep an eye out for. So we'll keep an eye out for that right there. And then we got, that's it. Check my FX book. All right, guys, market is opening in 30 seconds. Price is pushing up super heavy. I wouldn't recommend chasing it, but I'm gonna give you guys a heads up. Fed Bullard is actually speaking right now too. So you guys want to be a bit careful. The Fed is actually speaking right now at 6:30. So something to keep in mind. And that's about it. Okay, so we got new heavy high impact news at 6:45. We have the Fed speaking right now at 6:30. Expect some crazy price movement from now until then. There you go. Market is now open, guys. There goes opening bell. I know you guys don't typically hear that because my screen's usually muted. It was unmuted today, so you guys hear that morning bell right there. 6:30. Market is now open. Here goes. Price comes down, kind of heavy. All right, so we'll see where this ends up going, guys. Let me go ahead and mark up 6:30 right here so that we can follow market movements if you guys understand what's going on. 6:30 to 8. Mark up opening price right there. And we're off. So let's see where this ends up going, guys. We have a higher high right here. Let's see if this comes down from this point or if it continues pushing up. Doesn't matter where it goes, but we're looking for price to come down. So we got the higher high right there. We're looking for a valid momentum signal for a sell. We're looking for price to break and close past the structure down here, pivots 1 and 2. Once we have that, we'll look for an entry. So gotta sit tight and wait for that to happen. Hey, Martha, morning. All right, guys. So we're looking for a high level momentum scalp here. Looking for a sell signal here, breaking close past the pivots 1 and 2 down there. Once we get that sell signal that closes, possible entry here for a high level momentum scalp. All right, we got price coming down right here. Price hasn't broken close past it yet. We got a pending sell signal right there. So let's see if this breaks and closes past the pivots, and we'll go from there. Hey, AR, how's it going? Morning. All right, no sell signal there. We had one that was pending, but it didn't end up closing. Price just bouncing up and down right now. We got the Fed speaking, so you want to be a bit cautious with your entries here. All right, so price is breaking and closing. We have a pending sell signal here. We need this to actually close though. So just keep that in mind, guys. If you guys are looking to take this trade here, you need this to actually close with the sell signal, and it actually needs to close below the blue pivot right there. So just keep in mind, don't hop in too early. Make sure you actually wait for it to close. If it's an iffy trade, wait a few seconds till after it's done to have that opportunity. So it does not look like it's closing there. Okay, so there's a sell signal there. Unfortunately, it didn't close below the pivot, so there's no entry. That would have been a nice entry though if it did close below, right? Because it blasted right through TP. So this right here, no entry. Question from Tommy. Tommy's asking, you guys are on US30, right? YM is US30. So if you're not familiar with YM is the future. US30 is just a copy of YM. So we're pulling the data directly from the exchange. If you type in US30, this is like a made up asset. It's an indice. So you can see right here, these are all brokers that pretty much create their own data for US30. But the raw data is from YM. So US30 is just a mirror of YM. We use YM because we want the fastest data to execute our trades since we're scalping and day trading. But US30 is just a copy of it. So we're executing our trades on US30 through FTMO and other brokers, but we're just using YM as the data for our analysis because we want the fastest data. So yes, short answer to your question, Tommy, US30 and YM are the same thing. It's just YM is faster. It's like the pure data because you can see here, I purchased this data from CBOT, which is the Chicago Board of Trade. It's like the actual exchange. It's not no broker. So yeah, if you type in US30, if you use any of these data here, this is from a broker called currency.com, broker called Black Bull, broker called capital.com, Pepperstone, 8cap, et cetera. You guys are familiar with that. These brokers create their own data. So you'll see that sometimes those data is a little bit lagged compared to the future. This isn't going to be lagged because this is directly from the exchange. So yeah, that's the same thing, but I just want to give you a little explanation there so you're not like in the dark with, why we use this. Thomas is checking US30 in my other monitor. The price isn't the same. Yeah, exactly. Because the broker creates the data and pricing. So it's delayed. The movement's the same, except YM is going to be faster. Like I mentioned, every broker here creates their own pricing. So pricing's never going to be the same. You can look on any of these data here, everything's going to be different because the broker creates their own pricing. However, movement's going to be the same thing. So we don't enter off price. So it doesn't matter to us. Price doesn't make a difference. We enter off movement because we're trading off momentum. So we have this is probably one of the fastest data. There's another data you can buy called from ICE, but it's not really necessary. I think this is fine. You can buy the data from ICE. I think it's like 100 something. This is only like 60. So it's like way cheaper. It's like half the price for pretty much the same data. Let's see. Jacob said extremely quick TP. Funny thing is IC Markets called me yesterday. I wonder why I didn't pick up. Got an email. They tried calling me. They probably think you're doing some trade arbitrage, Jacob. Yeah. So if you guys are familiar with trade arbitrage, this is something that a lot of people used to do in the past. If you guys are familiar with that company, Funding Talent, that's how they got shut down and they went bankrupt because people were doing trading arbitrage. They found a source that had faster data than what they had on their servers. And people were basically entering trades and they had a head start. They knew where price was going like 5 minutes early. And then everyone started making a ton of money with Funding Talent. That's how they got, how they lost all that money because people kept winning, but they were technically cheating. It's not necessarily cheating. They had a better edge, and it's Funding Talent's fault for having like slow servers. So, yeah, there's a lot of different ways of trading. Arbitrage is one of them. People still trade arbitrage all the time. Even hedge funds trade it. They look for different brokers that have delayed data, and they purchase the faster data. They get in and out quicker. All right, so there's no entries for us right now, guys. We're still waiting for a higher high or a lower low. There's a higher high here, but it didn't provide us entry. So we're just waiting for another opportunity for us to get in somewhere. Oh, no, yeah. Jacob said they want him to deposit money into their bonus deals. I wouldn't do the bonus deals, Jacob, because that's how they trap people. If you guys ever see a broker that offers like bonuses and stuff like that, typically it's not a good idea because in order to get that bonus, if you look at the fine print, I only know this because I got stuck in one of these brokers in the past. they'll give you like a 200% double on your deposit, right? You can't make any withdrawals until you actually make money on that profit. So like say for example, you deposit like 10,000, but the bonus is like 40,000, right? You have to make 40,000 in profit before you can withdraw anything. So IC Markets is a good broker, but for other brokers, like there's a lot of scam brokers out there. They offer those deals to people where they're like, "Oh, we'll double up your money." Like you deposit $500, but they'll give you 1,000. You have to make at least 500 before you can take any money out. And if you don't make that, then you're pretty much screwed. You just got to play with that account until you get past that level. So make sure to read the fine print, guys. If there's some sort of offer or deal going on with any broker, there's usually some strings attached. A lot of people don't realize that. But majority of people don't do well trading anyway, so it's like they're never going to make that anyways. They just end up blowing the account. So just something to keep in mind. Yeah, Jacob said it's I just find it funny how they call me after such a massive week. Yeah, I know. They do that because they want you to keep trading the money. They don't want you to withdraw it. That's usually what the brokers do. If you make a lot of money, they'll probably call you and be like, okay, we have an offer here. If you deposit more money, we'll double your account or whatever. And then you end up revenge trading because you're like, oh, I got all this extra money. And then you end up getting trapped with that account. It's happened to me. It's crazy, guys. Like there's this one time, like it's the same example I told you guys, like I deposited like 10,000. They gave me a double bonus. So they gave me 20. And then I ended up like losing a lot of it initially because I was like, oh, I have an extra 10K, but realistically, it wasn't an extra 10K. It was just a way to trap me with a broker. No entries for us to take right now, guys. We're still waiting for this here. We have a pending buy signal. So in order for us to have an entry here, we need to get a lower low. So we need a lower low somewhere down here, and a buy signal will come up after that. If we don't get that, that's fine. We'll wait for price to swing back up and then come back down. But right now we currently have a pending buy signal. So we're looking for a lower low first because we can't take an entry without a lower low. Other than that, we'll see where this ends up going. There's not really much for us to look at here at the moment. Let's take a bigger view on the market. So looking over here across all the time frames. So looking on the higher time frames, 4 hour, 1 hour, and 30 minutes, currently bearish. You can see prices below the pivots. Trend meters red, pivots are angling down. These are all indicating a bearish bias. Looking over here on the 10 minutes, also bearish. 5 minutes currently neutral, and the 1 minute here is currently bullish. So looking at the bigger picture here, a lot of these are bearish for the most part. The only thing that's bullish right now is currently the 1 minute and the 5 minute, which is attempting to follow the 1 minute. However, it's not very strong. So I just want to give you guys a heads up so you guys have a bigger picture, bigger forecast of like what's to happen. If this follows the higher time frames, price is likely to come back down. If it's to follow the lower time frames, price is likely to go up. One thing to keep in mind is that we have inflation news coming up right here at 6:45. So you want to be careful because inflation news it's not supposed to be good. We're in a recession. So this is, this can really spike either way. So you want to be very aware of that because if you're in a position right now, news is coming up in about like 4 minutes, expect price to spike. Like it's going to spike at least like 300 to 500 pips, if not more. So I'm probably not going to look to take anything right now, even if I see anything. You can see how price is going sideways now, right? It's preparing for the breakout. Breakout's going to happen shortly. Let's see. CJ's asking, was that a variation scalp at 635? Let me check. 635 right here. Yes, that is correct. Or actually, no, it wasn't, CJ. The reason why it wasn't is because I just remembered the overall trend over here was not bullish, right? So you have to look at the overall trend here, CJ, on the 1 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute. The 5 minutes neutral, 1 minute's bullish, and the 10 minute over here is bearish. So that would not be an entry for a momentum scalp variation. I know, so it's kind of difficult, right? Like that's why we stopped applying that strategy. The strategy still works fine, but there's a lot of requirements. So like one person asked us yesterday, I think Will asked us yesterday, why do we switch from the momentum scalp variation, momentum scalp? Those strategies work perfectly fine, but there's a lot of times where it looks like an entry, but if you look at the actual requirements, it doesn't meet. So that's why we're sticking to this strategy here because it's a lot simpler. It's more straightforward. There's not too much confusion here. We just stick to the 1 minute and we can identify entries. So Yeah, it's kind of confusing, right, CJ? Because it looks like it'd be an entry and it looks like it probably hit. But the problem is, yeah, it looks like it hit. The problem is that the criteria wasn't necessarily met. Yeah, it would have hit. I think that was the main problem with a lot of people. They would get too impatient, and then as soon as something happens, they just enter the trade without actually checking. It happened with me a lot of times too, right? I'd see an entry, and then I look back and I'm like, damn, the trend wasn't even bullish. And then we just ended up winning, but we end up winning for the wrong reasons. Hey, Kenny. Yeah, we got news coming up right here in about a few minutes, guys. We got inflation news. We got services PMI and manufacturing PMI and composite PMI. Very high impact inflation news right here. Let's see where this thing spikes. Where do you guys think it's going to go? Spike up or spike down? Let me see where the forecast is. I'm expecting it to spike down. Inflation is forecasted to be higher. Not too much higher, but I'm expecting it to go down. All right, guys, we got one more minute for bets. What do you guys think? Up or down? I think price is going to go down, though. We'll see. Or so this is the thing. Since everybody thinks price is going to go down, we might get manipulation. Price might spike up. So we might get a fake out and then spike right back down. I think overall price should be coming down, though. That's my assumption. Because we're going through a recession. It's impossible for it to be good news, right? It might be like somewhat bullish, but overall the news is not going to be good. Check out CNBC real quick. CNBC, the Dow is currently down 200 points, S&P is down 29 points, Nasdaq's down 89 points, Russell 2K is down 7 points, and the VIX is currently up 8%. Some news over here from the Dow. Dow falls more than 100 points after Deutsche Bank slide raises more banking sector concerns. Yeah, economy is not doing good. All right, news is coming up in about 15 seconds. Let's see what the market makers do. It's going to go up over here. We got half people. Martha said down. Natasha said down. Dan said up. Loki said up. Yeah, let's see where this goes, guys. That spike to the downside right there. Let's see if it corrects back up or if it continues dropping. I'm not in this position, guys. We're not taking anything here. We're not gamblers, right? I want to keep that in mind. We're not gamblers here. We're traders. So don't take these gambling moves. We're just messing around here, following or predicting where price is likely to go. You guys can see this candle here has a huge wick on the bottom. Looks like it came down, spiked up, and then it might come right back down, right? I'm hoping there's no buy signal here, because if there's a buy signal, this is technically an entry, because we have a lower low here and a buy signal that would maybe possibly come up. I wouldn't take it, but I just want to give you guys a heads up. If it does close, that's technically an entry for a high level momentum scalp. You can see here that this candle is very indecisive, right? Huge wicks on both sides. The market's playing with people right now. It's trying to figure out where most people are sitting. Once the market makers figure out where everybody's sitting, whether they're sitting on top or sitting on bottom, they're going to spike price up or spike price down. They're going to stop everybody out. So depends on where everybody's sitting right now. Let's check retail sentiment. Retail sentiment is currently 59% long. I think price is going to come down. So it shows that a majority of retail traders are currently buying right now. So I think this is going to come down and stop everybody out. It might not come down sharply, but I think eventually it's going to come down and it's going to knock out these lows right here. Because everybody, well, not everybody, but a lot of people are currently buying right now. So how do these market makers and institutions make money? Look at these people. Whoever put their stop loss right there just got stopped out. Whoever put their stop loss right here, they're about to get stopped out too. It's no surprise. You already know where people are sitting. Watch these people get stopped out. It's liquidity sitting right here. We have a ton of liquidity down here. So if price comes down here, all these people are getting stopped out. You know why I know that? Because everyone places their stop loss in the same place, right? Everyone places their stop loss at the previous swings. So if everyone's entering buys here and they have their stop loss down below, this is where all the stop losses are sitting. So basically whoever had their stop loss at this low just got stopped out. You know how people trade, right? Everybody trades the same way. That's why I don't trade like everybody else. If you guys have been following me for a while, I've never traded like everybody else. I do the opposite. So if I think people are buying, I'm selling. Another people just got stopped out right here. Yeah, it's crazy. we can make money off this, but I'm not here to gamble, right? I'm looking to follow my strategy. So again, right here, whoever was at this lower low got stopped out. They got stopped out right here too. Look at liquidity still pushing down. If price pushes down right here, there's still liquidity sitting down here too. So, we'll see where this ends up going. But you're basically gambling if you're trading liquidity like this, unless like you're really taking like a proper risk toward ratio on this. Because there's ways to trade this. If you guys remembered my liquidity trades, we actually took a lot of these trades in the past, these liquidity pushes. That's why I created this high-low indicator to identify where the liquidity is sitting. So whoever had their stop losses placed over here. So like, I'm just going to explain to you what happened here, right? So what happened here was before news happened, people who are gambling for the buys over here, this is typically what happens, right? People will enter their buy position, they'll place their stop loss at the swing. That's what everybody does. So when the news happened right here, it basically faked people out, stopped them out right there. And then what do you think happened to the people who like wanted to hold on to the position? They just extended their stop loss further, right? I'm sure this has happened to you guys a lot where you guys do that. You're like, oh crap, it almost hit my stop loss. I'm just going to extend it a little farther to the next swing. What happens from there? They get stopped out again. And then here we go. And it stops out the next people down below. So just take that with the, take all this information with a grain of salt, guys, because I'm sure a lot of you guys have been taught to put your stop loss at the previous swings, but that's where the market makers are looking to stop you out. So that's why I typically don't trade like everybody else. I trade like a complete opposite. So there again. So the next low there got knocked out. Some more liquidity. So 3 areas of liquidity here got knocked out. Pretty much whoever had their stop losses in those areas just got wiped out. You just got stopped out when price came down. So our assumption was correct. I mentioned before news happened here that price was likely to come down. And then I mentioned that there's liquidity sitting right here. So it pretty much knocked everybody out. Now we just got to wait for our entries. So I just want to show you guys a quick demonstration there of like how people get stopped out during these news events. That's why I don't trade news, because price can really go either way. The thing with news, guys, is that you can't really predict it. I know we assumed price was going to come down, but price could easily went the other way, right? It was just that I looked at the sentiment here. I saw that there were more buyers. So obviously the market maker is going to drop price. That's how they make money. They stop people out. So let's clean that up for you guys right there. Now we're looking for possible entry for a maybe buy here. We have a lower low right here. So if we get a buy signal and price breaks and closes past the pivots right there, then we have an entry for a buy. So for 1, we need a buy signal, and for 2, we need price to break and close past the structure. All right, there's a heading buy signal here. So if it closes above the blue pivot with the buy signal, it's technically an entry. Yeah, wait for it to actually close though. Did not close, so no entry off that. Another possible opportunity right here. Let's see. One of our guys here. Let's see. Steven said, how'd you get a JP Morgan cup? Are you a market maker? No, yeah, my coffee cup right here is a JP Morgan cup. It's they give it to their private clients. Like I'm a Chase private client. Like if you're within that space, they you just got to have a certain amount of money in your bank account. If you become a Chase private client, they give you all these like JP Morgan gear. I'm not a market maker, unfortunately. Maybe someday. Let's see. All right. We have price pushing up right here. We have the pending buy signal right now. Okay, it's going to be invalid. So there's not going to be an entry for us right there. Invalid buy signal. So nothing for us to take right here, guys. Now we got to wait for price to push the other way. All right, that invalidated our move. So no entry there for a buy. It's all good. It's got to be patient and wait for the next one. Let's see, question over here from NM. And I'm asking, do you take multiple entries per day, or do you have a set number of wins, trades, and stop when you reach it? No, I don't have a set number of trades. And I trade until 8 or 9. So like most days I trade till 9. The reason why I trade till 9 is because I've done a deep back test. So I have a back test of the strategy that we're applying right here. These are all the trades from March. So these are all the trades applying my strategy. From March 1st up until March 22nd, I didn't input the data from yesterday, but there were no trades yesterday, or just there was one trade. So there's not much to add here anyways. But from 6:30 to 9, there's 60 wins and 4 losses. Total win-loss ratio of 93.8% win rate with a total profit of 4,500 pips. So for me, I trade till 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock, depending on the day. And that's it. I have a time cutoff. So I don't cut myself off with a certain amount of wins or losses. I cut myself off by time, because my data here indicates that if I trade between 6:30 and 9, I should have a 93.8% win rate, right? That's a pretty good win rate. 660 wins, 4 losses, I'll take that. So I just take trades between that time period, and I just stack up my wins, stack up my losses. There's not too many losses, thankfully. And that's it. I'm trade time based, so I don't trade based off wins and losses. The reason why I trade between those times is because volatility is high between 6:30 and 9. That's market open, right? So the first 2 hours of market's typically very volatile. So, and we're scalping here, so we're looking for volatility in the market anyways. So that's usually my threshold, 8 o'clock, 9, and then I go on with my day. I typically have the same routine every day, trade from 6:30 to 8, 6:30 to 9, go to the gym, do whatever I want for the rest of the day, go golf, right? Like today, I'm going to go golf after this. So I got to be off by 8, guys. So I'm not trading till 9 today, because I'm going to be off by 8. I got tea time over there, like on the other side of where I live. You guys know California. I got to go up to LA to golf. So I got to take an hour drive from here. So yeah, that's like, the lifestyle that I want. I want to trade for an hour, 2 hours a day. And then after that, I want to do whatever I want. I don't want to look at any charts. I don't want to have to check on any trades. I just want to be out with my wins, out with my profits, and then go enjoy the rest of my day. So yeah, I'll be off by 8 today, guys, just an FYI, because I got to golf today. So I got to make it to LA. It's like an hour drive from here. And that's all I do every day. Trade from 6:30 to 8, go to the gym, do whatever I want. Yeah, Natasha said that sounds like a dream. Jacob said, ew, LA. I know, I hate LA, but that's where they have a lot of the golf courses. So I go out there. Kenny said golf. Yeah, unfortunately, you can't golf out there right now, right? Isn't it snowing where you're at, Kenny? All right, guys, I know we went off track. We have a higher high right here, looking for a sell signal. So we got a higher high right here. We were looking for price to come back below, provide a sell signal and break and close below the pivots. If we have that, there'll be an entry here for a sell. So let me scroll up real quick. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Let's see. Jacob's asking, does anyone own the magic keys for trading? I'm considering to buy it. I don't have magic keys, but everyone that I've talked to who've had it had good things to say, Jacob. I've been thinking about buying it to myself. I never bought it, but I only didn't buy it because I already have a routine. Yeah, I already have a routine. So like using the quick trade manager, I don't really need it, right? Because I'm already getting in the trade and I have my TP stop loss set. If I didn't have the quick trade manager, then I would get it. But it's more so if you want something physical, because you already have a tool too, right? Jacob, you have the I know you posted in the group, you had that trade manager. So it's pretty much the same thing, but there's just keys, and then you can set hotkeys to it. Yeah, Jacob said the reason I might buy it is because I click buy and sell on my trackpad for my Mac. I'm super afraid it'll open on the touch of my finger. Yeah, no, I use a mouse, Jacob. That's my fear as well. I have a trackpad right here too, but I never use it. I got the same trackpad, expensive trackpad, but I never use it because I'm always worried it's gonna like double click or something, or because it's weird because it's so sensitive. So if you touch it, like I'm using it right now. Or actually, it's not even working. It's off. Oh, there you go. So it's connected. Yeah, it's really smooth and it's really fast. So I never use it. It just sits there. I bought it with my iMac Pro, and I thought I was going to use it because I was like, oh, this is so easy. I'm just going to like draw my finger around, and it's actually harder. I like using the mouse. Kenny said, yeah, no golfing right now. We go bass fishing or hunting. And Kenny lives out there in the country. He's a country boy. Yeah, no, I used to go fishing too, but I get seasick now. So it comes with age, right? So we go deep sea fishing out here because we don't have lakes like you guys out there. Deep sea fishing like on a small yacht or a small boat. It's crazy. It takes like the last time we went deep sea fishing, we went out, I think 2 or 4 hours into the ocean in the middle of nowhere. It's fun, but like literally in the middle of nowhere. All right, guys. So I know we're going a bit off topic. We have a higher high right there. We're still looking for the sell signal. So don't worry. We're not getting distracted here. I'm still looking for entries. Currently have a higher high right there, looking for the sell signal to break and close below the pivots right here. If we have that, it'll be a sell entry. We have price coming down right here, so that's fine. Let's take a look at the other time frames. Everything is still bearish on the higher time frame, so I wouldn't be surprised if price comes back down. So I'm fine with it if price comes down and provides me entry. I'll be looking for it. Nice. Yeah, Kenny said we have fishing tournaments out here. Yeah, no, fishing and hunting is big out there for you guys. I'm not that good. Actually, I'm not even good at fishing, honestly. I just like going out there to hang out. But I don't like, I remember the last time I caught a fish, man, I couldn't even reel it in. They catch like huge tunas out here. Well, when they're in season, at least, like more in the fall. All right, so we're looking for the sell signal here, guys. There's no sell signal yet. I have my alert set up, so when the sell signal does come up, I have my volume up. So you guys will hear the beep. So if a sell signal comes up, I think I'm going to try to leave my volume up from now on, guys, because I've been missing trades. If you guys remember, like this week, I've missed like 2 or 3 trades because we didn't see the sell signal. So I have my alert set up. So whenever a sell signal or buy signal comes up, it's going to alert us. So we'll know. So you'll hear like a beep sound when a momentum signal comes up. That's going to be beneficial for all of us. 1 second, guys. I got to sneeze real quick. Yeah, AR said, yeah, guppies are hard to reel in. Jacob said, longest sneeze in history. Oh, man. This weather here still sucks in California. It's supposed to be hot by now, but it's a little iffy. All right, looks like a new higher high is going to be produced. If that's the case, completely fine. We just got to continue. We're actually not yet. Higher high is still there. So we just got to be patient with this. Nick said you guys need it. Hopefully it rains all summer. I know, right? You know, it's crazy. Like it's only been raining for like a week or a couple weeks, and we're out of the drought finally. All right, price is pushing up higher. That's completely fine. We got the higher high right here, as I mentioned earlier. The higher high just got pushed higher, so that's cool. We got the higher high right there. It's waiting for it to come back down. Break and close below the pivots. Provide an entry for us. All right, we got some profits here from Kenny. So Kenny locked in a total profit of 2,470. Nice work, Kenny. Took a couple trades pre-market, a couple trades on open. Or actually, these are all on open. So you guys can see the timestamp from Kenny's trades. He took the 630 trade, 631, 633, 633, 634, etc. A bit of over trading right there, Kenny, but I'm glad to see that you locked in profits right there. Kenny over here as well. Total profit of 2,590. Some more profits on that same account. Let's see. Yeah, Kenny, great profits there, guys. 2,000 across each account. Yeah, let me see if there's anything else over here. Yeah, Jacob said for anyone looking to track their FX trading on the spreadsheet instead of using online services. Jacob posted a link in the Zoom. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Jacob, for posting that up. There is a link right there if you guys want to document your trades. It's useful. Christian said that's Jacob's wick, right? The one he looks into. I mean, I guess you could say so because the wick is above average. It's an unusual wick. Yeah, but I wouldn't take it. So guys, this is something that me and Jacob talked about yesterday. Like a lot of you guys are asking Jacob like about how he identifies that. It's a little more advanced than you guys are putting it, right? Just because there's a big wick doesn't mean you should enter a trade, right? Just keep that in mind. Because me and Jacob Jacob was asking me yesterday, if he should be giving um some explanation as to like how he takes those trades. This is a more advanced way of trading, guys. So just because you guys see a big wick doesn't mean to enter a trade, right? I know if you guys do see it, typically it does work out. Like for example, down here, big wick, lower low, and price came up, obviously. But you guys, if you guys didn't realize that there was news happening around this time right here, you wouldn't have known that this push up was based off news. It was just a correction because price came down based off news and it came right back up. Same with this right here, right? There's a higher high with a big wick, but there was news right now. So with this, price is just correcting right back down. So you guys have to like understand, because a lot of you guys are asking advanced questions, but you guys are not advanced traders, right? I just want to make that clear, because we have something that we're following here, and it's very simple, right? High level momentum scalp. It's really hard to screw this up because there's a few requirements and you guys are just following the requirements. If you guys try to factor in this other analysis that's a bit more advanced for you, and this isn't to you, Christian, but this is to like other people, because multiple people have been asking Jacob, this is going to screw with your mindset. You're not going to be following the strategy anymore. You're going to start taking random trades and you're going to blow your account. So coming from experience, I've been trading for like over 10 years now, and I've been teaching people, for about over 7 years now. This is typically what happens. I show you guys something that works. Someone else in the group shows someone that they're doing in addition to what I'm teaching, and they start to follow and they mix things up and they get confused, and then they just make all these mistakes and they blow their account, right? So don't be that guy. Don't be that guy who is doing perfectly fine, and then you see something different and you try to change things up, and then you end up blowing your account and you got to take a break from trading for a year because you got to go work at McDonald's or something, right? Like jokingly, that's like that happens with a lot of people. They start to do their own thing, like they have a good thing, and then we have a good thing here because I've been showing you guys there's back tests, there's data. I've been trading live every day. I show you guys something, a good thing, and then you guys think that you found like the holy grail. So you start to do something different, and then you end up blowing your account, and then you have to take a whole year off trading. So you got to go back to work. So you don't have money to fund your account. Don't be that guy, right? Stick to what works and stay consistent. That's all I can say. I mean, if you guys want to try something different, feel free. But from my experience, people have come and gone within this community, and it's better to just stick to what works. So just keep that in mind, guys. There's no problem with taking breaks and going to work. I'm just saying, like, if you really want to trade, just stick to what works, because obviously what works works. There's no need to fix what's not broken. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, if you guys ask Jacob's probably going to tell you guys to stick to what's already working, because if you knew how this worked, you would have already known that, because this is it's a very basic concept. Like identifying big wicks and rejections off, it's just a correction. But if you're a brand new trader, I mean, obviously it's gonna seem like it's something brand new. It's nothing brand new. You could look back at charts years and years and years back. These patterns are played out like all the time. So it's nothing new. So yeah, I just want to make sure that you guys keep that into consideration. All right, so there's no entry for us right now. We're looking for another higher high. We have a higher high here, higher low, lower high. We need another higher high in order for us to have some sort of entry. Yeah, so Martha over here mentioned, he actually said in his video that a wick like that is a sign of a fake out and we should not take it because the next candles will be bearish. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, no, Martha cleared that up too. I didn't even watch the video yet. Sorry, Jacob. I was gonna watch it, but I was out all day yesterday. I was buying new golf clubs. Yeah, I got a new putter. If you guys, I don't know if any of you guys hear golf. I just got the new Scotty Super Select Newport. Super nice. I wasn't planning on getting a new putter, but I went and tried it out, and it was super nice. Expensive, but what's money? Money's meant to be spent. All right, so there's no entry here, guys. We have a pending sell signal, but there's a lower high. It has to be based off a higher high. So there's no entry here for us. We just got to wait for next opportunity to come up here. Yeah, Jacob said you don't have to watch it unless you want to manage her. Loki said I tried every way in trading and kept mixing the simple way Sean tries to teach us to help us with. End up stop trading for a year. Yeah, exactly, Loki. Definitely. Natasha said the only golfing I do is at Top Golf. You know, Top Golf is fun. See me and Gian over there on Saturday playing Top Golf this weekend. Yeah, I haven't been to Top Golf in a while, but Top Golf is pretty fun. If you guys haven't gone, definitely recommend you guys go check it out. Let's see, Jacob said, played golf as a kid, asked my father if I had already become the best at golfing. He said no. So I stopped playing golf. Yeah, no, I started playing golf as a kid too, Jacob. And then I stopped and then I started again during COVID. Yeah, I picked up golf during COVID. If you guys were trading with me during COVID, we used to trade in the morning. Like it was crazy. It was so easy to make money trading US30 during COVID. We would like literally buy whenever Trump would speak and then we'd make money. So I would like take my trade. At that time, I was trading like all day from like 6:30 to 12. I would trade, take buys, and I would go to the golf range and I would literally be with you guys live, like at the golf range, checking my trades, and they would all hit. If you guys didn't trade with me during COVID, you guys missed that. It was a fun time because like whenever Trump would speak, you could literally buy and then like it would hit your TP eventually. If you have a wide enough stop loss, you would just take a buy and then like if you saw lower low or something, you just take a buy and then eventually it'll push up and hit your TP. So it would take longer for your TPs to hit because we were going for like 1,000 pips or 500 pips because the volatility was so high, but it would eventually hit. Like I think that was a year when I bought my my Tesla Model X, and it was kind of cool because you could look at TradingView in the car. So I'd be traveling and I'd be looking at TradingView in the car while I was on autopilot. So it was always interesting trading in the car. So right here, guys, we're still looking for a sell signal. So there's no entry for us. In order for us to take an entry here, we need a higher high. Jacob here identified a lower low, but there's no pending buy signal right now. So this would be irrelevant for us. We need a higher high with a sell signal. Unless we get a sell signal here and then price swings back up, then we could look for another lower low. Yeah, exactly, Jacob. Natasha said she loves parents who tells her kids the truth. Yeah, Gian said we got to make money today in order to pay for Top Golf. And all right, I got to cover that open bar tomorrow. Let's see, Jacob. Sorry, guys, I need to cough real quick. All right, question from Jacob. Jacob's asking, how many pivots do you consider, Sean? 1 and 2 or also 3? Just 1 and 2 for myself. I just have 3 there for to see if Vincent's strategy plays out after mine. But I don't really look at the gold one. I just look at 1 and 2, the red and blue, or sorry, the blue and green. Yeah, because the blue and green are basically like one full pivot, but they're just like a little extended out. So I just use this here as a confirmation. I don't really take Vince's strategy, but from my back test over here, guys, you guys can see that they start to line up. So they're slightly different with requirements. For me, I use pivots 1 and 2. Vincent uses pivot 3. But looking at the data here, from 6-3 to 9, I have 60 wins, 4 losses, total win-loss ratio of 93.8%. And then Vince's strategy over here has just 1 less win. So 59 wins, 4 losses, 93.7% win-loss ratio, total profit of about the same. So this is probably incorrect. I got to update that because it should be like less. Should be off by like 100 pips, but still win rate's still very high, 93.4%, pretty much for both. So this one right here would actually no, it wouldn't be because there's high lows in between. I was looking to see if this would be entry for Vince's, but it's not. because this here is there's high lows in between them. So, all right, guys, we're still hanging around waiting for a possible entry here, but nothing for us to take at the moment. There's my coffee. All right, so we got price pushing right back up right here, but we don't have a buy signal, unfortunately. Reason why we don't have a buy signal is because there's no sell signal that's come up yet. So guys, if you guys are not familiar with the momentum signals, in order for us to have a buy signal, we need to have a sell signal in between, because this identifies momentum swings in the market. So we have a buy signal here indicating momentum swings up, sell signal indicating momentum swings down, buy signal indicating momentum swings back up, etc. So we can't get another buy signal here until we get a sell signal. So there's no entry for us here. However, it looks like this here would have been a nice entry if we did have a buy signal there. It's lower low, huge green candle. If we had a buy signal, this would be another buy signal, but we don't. So we're not going to make a moves here. Obviously, we're going to take the market as it comes, and we're going to take trades when we have the opportunity. Right now, we don't have that opportunity. You guys can see here on the clean chart, it's actually very clear. You can see where price has trouble getting past its opening price, right? Price will come down, come back up, fake out, come down, come back up, fake out, come back down, come back up, probably fake out again. But you guys can see right here, this is where I marked up. I said there was a lower low. If there was a buy signal here, this would be a great entry, right? And if it was, it would have hit our TP, but it's all good. We're not skipping steps here. You guys got to stay disciplined to the strategy. So I'm not doing anything other than this strategy right here. If there's no entries that come up, I'm not taking any trades. So just gotta follow through. Let's see. Jacob said, can you repeat that, Sean? Why can't we look for a buy when there's a lower low? Because we need a buy signal, Jacob. So like, for example, looking at the steps here, whenever you guys look at the strategies, you guys got to go step by step, right? So for example, here we have a lower low. That's going to be step one. Step two, we need a valid momentum signal in the using momentum indicator. So we would need a buy signal here, and we didn't have it. But if we did have one there, that would have been a good entry, right, Jacob? There's a possible entry here for a sell. We have a higher high right there. If we get a sell signal right here, it's a possible entry for us. So it's got to wait for it right there. So if we get a sell signal here, possible entry. We need that sell momentum though. I don't know if we're gonna get it. So just be patient, guys. If the candle doesn't close, I mean, we don't even have the pending signal yet. But if it closes, it's going to be an entry. There's a pending signal right there. You got to actually wait for it to close, though, guys. Keep that in mind. Wait for it to close. We got 8 seconds left on this candle. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let me see if I get into this. Let's see where my MT4 is at. Similar right there. It's got to be aware of the market movement here. A candle here is kind of big though. So I was trying to get in. See, I was going to try to get in late. Let me see if I can put a buy stop here, catch it as it comes down. I mean, sorry, a sell stop, not a buy stop. All right, so it filled. I'm in the position. I just got to watch it now because it's so, for one, the candle's too big. It's a little volatile. So I have to make sure everything's lined up, higher high, sell signal. I just don't want to get caught in slippage because the market's kind of jumpy right now. Slippage and widespread. Full TP. There you go, guys. Full TP. I don't know why my MT4 didn't make noise. I turned on my volume on purpose so that you guys can hear my tick noise. It filled my order. Full TP. If you guys caught it, great. See, easy as that, guys. Keep it simple. And I got something else over here for you guys. Steven was asking if we could bring the horns back. If you guys have been trading with us in the past, Steven loved those horns. If you guys remember Steven in the group, He's still here. He's just like in the background hiding. He's talking to me privately. Whenever we hit our TPs, guys, we used to have these horns that would go off. And Steven is always waiting for the horns. But there you go, guys. Full TP off that. We're looking for another entry. So we got that there. We have another. Oh, sorry. Let me take the screenshot first. Let's see. All right, I got the screenshot right there. I'll take a screenshot of my profits as well. We have another lower low right here. So we might have another possibility of entry for a buy. So full TP off that. Locked in a nice full TP of 1,460. Got my green strip. That's all I was looking for. Yeah, so if you guys have profits off that trade, feel free to put your profits in the chat. I'm going to go and take a screenshot of mine as well. Here's Martha. Martha locked in a total profit of 1,110. Nice work, Martha. We have Kenny over here. Kenny locked in a total profit of 3,550 for the day. Nice work, Kenny. We got Narith over here. Nice work, Narith. Total profit of 5,635. All wins. Great work, Narith. And where's Cameron and Casey? I haven't seen them in a while. Casey's probably busy with school. I'm referring to Narith's son. So Narith's son's traded with us here too. They both have been killing it. But I think they've been busy with school. Gian over here, total profit of 1,060, full TP. Nice work, Gian. We have Deswell over here, total profit of 6,230 for the day. All wins. Great work, Deswell. We got Christian over here, total profit of 85 for the day. Solid. And Narith over here, more profits, total profit of 7,195. Great work, guys. So solid profits by you guys right there. We got Jacob as well. Jacob, total profit of 1,843. Nice work, Jacob. All right, guys. So you guys can see, whoever's hanging on the chat, everyone's making money. There should be no reason for you guys not to make money here. Everybody should be profitable on Friday. So let me go and take a screenshot of my profits for the day. And we'll continue on. See, NM is asking, do you enter manually on MT4? Yes, I do, but I have a quick trade manager, so it automatically sets my TP stop loss. So I just got to enter, I just got to hit buy or sell, and then it automatically sets my TP stop loss, and then I'm out in profit. So I'll take a screenshot of my profit so you guys can see what I locked in. But yeah, that's basically what I did. Nothing crazy. To wait for entry, hop in, hop out. My MFF didn't give me as much profit, but I'm not surprised. It is what it is. They've been having issues with spread and execution, but it's all good. That's why I still don't recommend MFF, guys. If you guys have not maxed out your FTMOs, don't bother doing anything else. Like, do FTMO first and then do whatever company you want after that. But for the most part, FTMO is the gold standard. If you guys you should focus on that one first. Here are my profits right here. Locked in 1,400 on my FTMO number 1, 1,100 on my FTMO number 2, 890 off my MFF number 1, 890 off my MFF number 2, and 880 off my MFF number 3. So you guys can see the price difference, the profit difference, right? Made more profit on my FTMO, even though these are on my copier versus my MFF. So if you're looking for something reliable, stick to FTMO. Once you've maxed out, and what I mean by maxed out is got max allocation, not just having like 2 accounts, right? So for me, I have max funded accounts on FTMO. When you get max funded accounts, they give you this. So this is max allocation, proudly presented to Sean. I got 200K accounts, total allocation of 400K in funding. Once you get that, then go ahead and move on to whatever broker you guys want. But if you guys haven't done that yet, there's no reason to look for anything else. The funding company doesn't make you as a trader. You make you as a trader. So unless you guys are really consistent and doing well, then just stick to like what works. And that means the strategy and the funding company. Because it's crazy. Every time I go, like every time we're on live, I always get the question of people asking like, which broker is best? Broker really doesn't matter unless you're profitable. So it doesn't matter which funding company you do or which broker you use. if you're not profitable, it's not going to make a difference. So for one, find a strategy that works for you. And then for two, stick to reliable brokers and funding companies. All right, so I was solid profit right there. I was thinking I was going to get more on my MFF because of the slippage, but they gave me less. I guess their execution times aren't the best, but it is what it is. All right, it's all good. Take screenshots of all my profits, and I think we're good to go. All right. Screenshot all my profits. Let me post those up in the chat too. All right, so here are my individual accounts. You guys can see I post them up right here. The green strip, this is my main FTMO, locking 1,460. FTMO number 2, this is my copier, locking 1,110. MFF number 1, 890. MFF number 2, 880. MFF number 3, 890. So pretty solid profits for today so far. Not bad for a Friday. But we'll continue looking for some more entries here. So we're not done yet, guys. We currently have a lower low right now. So if we get a buy signal, it'll technically be an entry for a buy at a lower low right here. If we get a buy signal that closes above the pivots, possible entry. Or a buy right there. I got 20 seconds left on here. CJ said, bring the horns back, Sean. I know, right? I feel like it just brings up the morale here when you guys hear the horn, right? The horn kind of just gets everybody pumped and they're ready for the next trade. So yeah, maybe we'll bring them back. Okay, so this is a little tricky right here, guys, because this candle here didn't close above it, but this one could technically still close above it. I don't think I'm gonna take this though, because so the problem with this here is that this is a little iffy, right? Because there was a gap in price. Price was below the pivots. This one over here was, it still looks like it's below, but it, I don't know, we'll see. Let me see what it looks like when it closes. If it closes and it looks like a solid entry, I'll take it. But if it doesn't, like if it's iffy and it's disappearing like this at the last second, I'm not going to take it. But if it's a pretty obvious buy, then I'll take it. It does meet criteria that we have a lower low here. Price didn't break and close past that on this previous candle, but this one here is still pending. It's pending with the buy signal. So if this here closes with a buy signal, it's technically an entry for a high low momentum scalp. But you guys can see here that it keeps disappearing, right? So these are the type of candles that I don't want to trade on because it's very volatile and it doesn't look like it's going to close. It didn't close. There's no entry there. So no entry off that buy, which is all good because I thought it was going to be iffy anyways. Although it looks like if it did close, it would have went straight to TP. But it's all good. I'd rather be safe than sorry, right? We're not gambling here, we're trading. So you only want to take trades when they meet your criteria. All right, let me scroll down real quick. DB's asking, is YM chart like SPY? No, SPY is S&P, DB. So that if you're trading that, it's ES. ES and SPY are very similar. So if you were to do this, like if you were to put these side by side, so you have ES right there and SPY. You can see right here, it already says Spider S&P at 500. It's literally the S&P. So yeah, if you were to put these together, these are similar. ES and SPY are the same, not YM. YM is similar to US30. US30 and the Dow 30. So those are totally different. Well, they're not totally different assets, but they are different. The SPY, it mirrors US30, but it's not as volatile because it's 500 stocks. It's a stock of it's an index of 500 stocks, while US30 is only 30 stocks. So if one stock's going up and down, it's going to fluctuate price versus S&P, which is a lot more smoother. That's why a lot of people prefer to trade S&P because they're too scared to trade US30. You know, I wouldn't blame them because US30 is very volatile. But if you know how to trade US30, I think it's way more lucrative as long as you know what you're doing. Let me scroll down real quick. Let's see. Deswell's asking Sean, what's your quick trade manager you use? I use the FTMO quick trade manager, but you need an FTMO account to use it. So you need to be trading on an FTMO account in order to use it. If you try to use it with a normal account, it's not going to let you. So guys, if you guys want to install the quick trade manager, just go to the course. So if you go to the course, go to module 2 using the MetaTrader 4 platform. If you click on this here, I have directions on how to install the quick trade manager. And then if you need the quick trade manager, it's right here in the download. So go down and download and then click on that and it'll download and you guys can install it into your platform. So just go to the course, go to module 2 basics 2.1. And this is completely free. You guys don't have to pay for this. So you guys can sign up for the free course and it's available to you guys. Let's see, Jacob said it's so easy to make money. It's so easy to make a lot of money in this community. Even if you only take Sean's trades, he might take less trades than the average trader in here, but they're usually wins. If Sean can drive around in a Porsche, consider Lambos right now. So can you. Just keep your emotions in check and sit on your hands when the market doesn't give you anything. And soon you can go golfing in California before lunch on a Friday. Exactly right, Jacob. That's the dream, right? That's the whole reason I started trading. I started trading for the freedom of like for financial freedom, but more so for time freedom. So if you guys are not familiar, like before I was trading, I was an attorney. So I was a lawyer working at a big firm out here in Orange County. And it was just stressful, right? I had to work like 80 hours a week. It just wasn't it. So, you know, I got in, well, I was already trading, but I got really good at trading. And then I quit my job for basically the financial freedom. So I don't have to worry about money, but then now it's more so time freedom. So I can do whatever I want. I can trade from 8:30 to, or from 6:30 to 8. Like right now, we've only been trading for an hour. It's only 7:30. So we've been trading for about an hour right now. And I've already made how much profit for the day, right? If I was to add up my profit, we were sitting on this chart just hanging out for like an hour. I made 1,460 plus 1,110 plus 890 plus 880 plus 890. So I made 5,230. Basically made my attorney paycheck in an hour with you guys, hanging out on a Friday before my golf game. So, you know, this is what you guys should strive for. Like, don't aim for the profits. Like for me, the profits are automatic, right? I know I'm going to win at these trades. So my goal here is to win at my trades. I just want to win. That's it. My goal is to win, never lose. So that's my goal, to win. The profits are just, they come with the product, right? I win. Obviously, if I win, I'm going to make profit. So I don't look at the numbers here. I don't care if I make 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 10,000. As long as I win and I don't lose, eventually I'm going to make profit at the end of the day or the end of the week. So I think that's one of the big things that a lot of people need to focus on. Focus on winning. Don't focus on the profits. The profits are going to come. That's automatic. Just focus on executing your trades, following the strategies properly. Because if you follow strategies properly, I have the data here. Like the data doesn't lie. I've tested this strategy for the entire month of March. Literally a 94% win rate. That's like a no-brainer. Why wouldn't you apply this strategy, right? So that's why I don't really care about any other trades. I'm just focusing on this higher high, and I'm looking for that sell signal so I can take another trade here and lock in another 5K for the day. That's literally all I'm doing. I don't care about the profits. It's just I'm focused on winning. So just keep that in mind, guys. You know, you got to keep it in perspective, because if you focus on the money, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to get greedy and you're going to take bad trades. But if you can just focus on the game plan, that's like literally all you need. Focus on winning. That's it. Let me scroll down real quick and see what else I'm missing. Patrick's asking, Sean, with your strat, is it to take the trade after close of pivot 1, or it has to close past pivot 2 as well? It has to close past pivot 2, Patrick. So for step 3 over here, it says confirm price breaks close past pivots 1 and 2, or 2. So either 1 and 2 together, like it did right here earlier, or just 2, because it can close past 1 but not 2. But you need to have them close past both of them. So either both of them at the same time, or 1 first and then 2 after. Let's see, question from Lucas. Lucas is asking, if the momentum signal disappears prior to candle closing, that would invalidate the entry, right? I feel like this disappears a lot, like 2 at 1, 0 seconds. So I don't enter into the trades. That's the last win everyone got. The momentum disappeared, 1 second left, so I didn't enter. Yeah, Lucas, exactly. So if that's the case where you're waiting for it to close, Lucas, like I actually entered that trade late. So if you guys remember right here, let me just rewind real quick. So I didn't hit sell right away because I was looking at the same thing. But what happened was when price pushed up a little bit, that's where I was like, all right, it's time for me to enter because I had time to get back into the position, right, Lucas? So if you're waiting for it like that, just wait for it to pull back a little bit and then make entry. So just give it like a little second breather because it's probably going to pull back a little bit. And then if it pulls back, then you can enter at that same price. So that's what happened with me. I didn't enter exactly at the price because I saw I was waiting for it to close. As soon as it pulled up a little bit, I hit my sell or I put my sell stop there, filled it, went straight to CP. So that's what you can do. Or if you miss the entire trade, just wait for the next one because there's going to be another trade coming. All right, let me see. Scrolling down further, Jacob said 1 or 2 trades a day with this strat is all you need. Are you getting the euros? That's the plan, Jacob, but the price is actually dropping for the euro. So I'm waiting for a good price. Not necessarily right now, but that's my next car goal. Like if you guys have been following me for a while, I've been like, I change my cars like every couple of years, every 2 years, or every year and a half. Like I started out with the Lexus and I went to the Tesla Model X, and then here I am with my Porsche. But I want to get the Urus next. So that's the next car on my list. I don't know. We'll see. Because when we go into this recession, a lot of people are going to have to get rid of their toys, right? So people are going to sell the Uruses and they're going to be selling them for dirt cheap. Not dirt cheap, but a lot cheaper than what they're worth. And that's when I'm going to buy the car when the price is right. I'm still smart with my money. You know, it doesn't matter how much money I make. I'm going to be still smart with my money. I'm not just throwing money away when buying these toys. So yeah, no, I'm waiting for it. Let's see. Tyler mentioned high-low scalp. Nadia's asking, did we just see a high-low scalp? Yeah, there was a high-low scalp right here, guys. I believe. Yeah, right there. I think you guys asked at like 7:30. Yeah, there wasn't one right there. So this is a little different way of applying it. Technically, this is not a high-low scalp using the original strategy because price cannot come and touch it. But if you're using a higher high, I think we could disregard this. I haven't tested the strategy yet, but I kind of went over it on Monday for the mentoring session. This technically could have been a possible entry. Price broke and close on this candle here, and that would have been your entry. But if you're applying the original high-low scalp, the one that's taught in the course, you couldn't take this one because this wick right here invalidated it. So there's different ways of applying it now. Just, you know, I've started to notice the pattern play out. Like if you guys are using a lower low, like this would be an example of a proper high-low scalp. Actually, no, because this candle here touched it too. So the old rule is that price couldn't touch it. But if you're taking high-low scalps off lower lows and higher highs, then it's a different situation. All right, possible entry here for a sell, guys. Higher high right there. Sell signal pending. Gotta wait for it to actually close though. All right, still opportunity right here. But you gotta wait for it to close. There's a higher low right there. So price needs to actually push lower to create a new higher low. But if it does, it could still possibly be an entry because it's going to push this farther down. All right, we got 30 seconds left on this here. All right, I got 15 seconds here. Jacob said you're going to go from electric to a hungry gas car. Yeah, that's why I need one of both, right? Best of both worlds. All right, let's see if this closes. It does not look like it's going to close with the sell signal. No, so no entry there, guys, unfortunately. It's all good. Got to stick to the game plan. Not going to be FOMOing into anything. So no entry there for a sell. It's all good. Now we got to wait for the other. Lucas said, if I'm entering late, I'd want the momentum indicator to be present. Yes, that's correct. The momentum indicator is going to be number one, Lucas. So that's going to be your main concern. Now, if there's no momentum signal, there's no entry. Like, for example, right here, this didn't close. So there's no entry for us. That's going to be the catalyst for entry. So all entries are based off the momentum signals. And if there isn't one, then there's no entry. Yeah, he said otherwise it makes sense, and he'd rather have no entry than take a loss. Exactly, Lucas. That's the key thing. Just got to focus on the wins. Jacob said, if anyone knows a good price for a private jet rental from Sydney to LA on New Year's Eve, hook me up. Not kidding. Yeah, I know, definitely. If anybody knows, Jacob's your guy. D's asking if I've looked at any brokers. Brokers for what, D? Because I don't trade my personal account anymore. I just trade on these funded accounts. Oh, he's talking to okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I was confused for a second. Gotcha. Yeah, for the private jet. All right, 1 second, guys. I'm gonna step away for 1 second. All right, guys, I'm back. Sorry, I had to do something real quick. Let's see if there's anything else here. Yeah, no entry for us at the moment. Possible. Well, this is one for like Vince's strategy, but as I mentioned, I'm not really looking to apply it. I'll mark it up for you guys, but I'm not looking to take it here. So this is going to be Vince's criteria, guys. As you can see, he uses pivot 3 versus pivot 1 and 2. So I'll mark it up for you guys right there. I'm not in the position. So I want to give you guys a heads up, not in this. I'll just mark it up so that you guys can follow. Let's see. NM is asking, or sorry, let me go to the YouTube guys. So I kind of missed out on everything here. Will is asking, the situation, Sean, where the candle's kind of big, is there any other option or just trade it as is? You can use a higher TP stop loss. Will. So like, for example, here you can use a 1030 or 2550. So it's just a little bit wider, but it still works perfectly fine. For my testing though, I've only used the 1030. So I would typically just take it as is personally, right? Not that everyone should do that, but for my testing, obviously I trust it because I've tested it the entire month of March and the 1030 split works very well. Only 4 losses. So I think it's worth the risk. So guys, just a reminder, I'm not in this position here. This is just for Vince's criteria. You can see it's kind of bouncing around. Looks like it might be pushing a TP right now. I'll just put an alert there so that you guys can be aware if you guys are in the position. Looks like it's already going to hit. Yeah, it did. So if you guys took the entry right here, this is the high-low momentum scalp with Oh yeah, no, definitely Jacob. I'm just like disregarding the discussion. So it's all good. Yeah. So I didn't take this one right here, but it looks like Satyam caught it. So nice work, Satyam. Caught that move right there. It's basically the high-low momentum scalp, but using Vince's criteria, not mine. I use pivots 1 and 2. Vince uses pivot 3. So that was the entry right there. Let me scroll up real quick. NM is asking, is FTMO Quick Trade Manager? Yeah, I'm using a FTMO Quick Trade Manager for my TP stop loss. Question from Tommy. Tommy's asking on a FTMO demo, just to get used to the size and your strategy, and doesn't let me take a 100 lot size. Is it because your account is aggressive? No, it's because of your account size, Tommy. You have to have a 200K account to take that lot size. So if you're like on a 10K account, it's impossible to take that lot size. You would have to be on a 200K account because I'm using a 200K. So you're probably past your limit. If you're on a 10K account, like obviously your max lot size would probably be a lot less, right? Like maybe a 10 lot. NM's asking, how long did it take you to get those 500 accounts? So, I mean, not that long. It took me like, I did them at the same time. So the one that I showed you over here for my FTMO. So for this one right here, it took me 20 days. It took me 10 days for the challenge and then 10 days for the verification, but I did them at the same time. So I did two 200K accounts, ran them side by side. Once I got funded, I merged them into a 400K account. And then I split them back up because I like 200K more than 400. Tommy said my demo is 200K. I mean, it should work. I don't understand why it wouldn't. Are you sure it's a 200K account? Because it's supposed to let you. I mean, I don't see why it wouldn't. Because if you do a 100 lot on a if you do a 100 lot on a 200K account and you're doing this is only 1.5% risk, right? So it should let you. I don't understand why it wouldn't. I don't think you're on a 200K account, Tommy, or you might not even be on a. Okay, you're on a swing, so you didn't mention that, right? You're on a swing account, so it's different. Yeah, your risk is probably a lot less. So I'm not on an aggressive. I'm on a normal account, but swing is totally different. Gotcha. Okay, so Tommy said he likes trading Bitcoin on the weekend. That makes sense. So that's probably the reason why it doesn't let you, Tommy. If you're on a regular evaluation, it should be fine. But I've never done a swing account. I know the risk is a lot lower. So I think the leverage is lower, right? It's like 1 to 10 or 1 to 25. If you're on a regular one, it's like 1 to 100. So you're able to take that lot size. That makes sense, Tommy. So that's probably the case. If you do it with a regular account, though, you should be fine. So if you want to do that, I would recommend having two separate accounts, one regular and then one swing. Or, I mean, you could take a smaller lot size, just up to your preference. Let's see, question from Glenn. Glenn said just got in. Did we have an official entry? So I didn't take that trade there, Glenn, but so it's not an official entry. The only official trades that I call are the ones that I take myself. So if I'm not taking it, it's not going to count. I just wanted to be 100% transparent with you guys. I'm not just marking up trades and then calling them as wins. Even though it was a win, I'm only counting the trades that I'm actually taking myself. Tommy said, let him take a 77 lot size. Yeah, I mean, it's still not horrible, I guess, but it would be nicer to take the full lot size for these scalps. Nice. Let's see. Martha said she made 4,980 off high-low scalps and high-low momentum strategy. So here's Martha's profits for the day. Great work, Martha. She killed it today. So you can see over here, Martha locked in a total profit of 4,980 just for today. She took 4 trades, all full TP. You can see the green strips right here. So amazing work right here from Martha. Man, Martha, you come a long way, right? Because Martha's like, she joined us like not too long ago, making a lot of mistakes in the beginning, which is completely fine, but she's finally found her stride. So just imagine doing this daily, Martha, right? Every day, just in and out of these trades, quick, in and out profits. I mean, if you do that daily, it's a game changer. You just got to rinse and repeat the process. So nice work, Martha. Great profits there. We got Patrick over here. Patrick says MT4 froze up when he took the sell, but he caught this one right here. Total profit of 830. So nice work, Patrick. Solid profits right there. There's no entries right now, guys, so don't worry, you're not missing out on anything right now. Scrolling down a little lower, we got Tom over here. Tom, is this you, Tommy? Tom, I figured this would be you. Yeah, because I see your 77 lot size. Yeah, so that is you. Total profit by Tommy over here. Total profit of 2,322. Nice work, Tommy. All wins for the day. Great work. Let's see. Tommy said, when we buy the 75 monthly sub, do we have an access to the explanation of your strategy, TV setup, quick trade manager? So you have access to everything, Tommy, but you just don't have access to the indicators. So you'll have access to the videos, you'll have access to the quick trade manager, you'll have access to the private groups, the Zoom, pretty much everything except the indicators. That's the main thing that you just won't have. So that's just the only main thing. Other than that, you'll have everything else. You'll have access to the mentoring sessions, the Zoom, the strategies, the quick trade manager. So like what a lot of people do is they typically sign up for that first. And then once they make profit on these live sessions, because you'll be on the real-time Zoom, it'll be easier for you to make profits with this here. Once you make enough profits, then they upgrade to the indicators, because then they want to learn the strategies and apply it themselves outside of the live session. So yeah, typically that's what you would get. All right, scrolling down further, we have CT over here, total profit 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, about 4,000 for the day. Nice work, CT. We got Patrick Stevens over here, total profit. And I say your last name, Patrick, because we have two Patricks. We have Patrick Kerr and then we have Patrick Stevens. So two different Patricks here. Total profit from Patrick Stevens, 3,779, all wins. Nice work. I think this is the best feeling, guys. When you guys see the green strips on the left side, that means you let your trade run a full TP. So Patrick over here let them all run a full TP. He trusted his moves. Total profit of 3,779. Great work, Patrick. We got Vincent over here. So Vincent, he screenshot his trades. He took the same trade that we marked up earlier. He did exactly what he said he would do. You know, he took that trade that I marked up. Total profit over here on his first account, 3183. Nice work, Vincent. Full TP on that one. And then he has his second account over here, total profit of 392 for the day. Great work, Vincent. All wins for the day. Kenny said he sent me a TikTok video. It's funny. I'll take a look at this a little later, Kenny. Other than that, let's see. Tom said, thank you. I'm sold on what you do. Next week, I'm off work. I'll subscribe. Yeah, definitely, Tom. I'll see you here in the live Zoom tomorrow or next week then. That'd be awesome. Yeah, the more the merrier, guys. You know, I'm here to just give you guys wins. That's my goal here. My main goal on these live sessions is to give you guys quality entries and to make you guys money, because you guys make money, I make money, we all make money. We're all happier. Yeah, you know, there's no politics here. Literally, I'm just here to trade because that's what I like to do. And the benefit is that we all make money from these trades. So just keep that in mind, guys. You know, I'm not here to sell you guys anything. If you guys want to sign up to this stuff, then feel free. But I trade live for free here on YouTube. So it doesn't make a difference. The only difference is you'll have a delayed feed. The YouTube is delayed by like 10 to 30 seconds. So it's kind of impossible to take these scalps if they happen quickly. But you know, it is what it is. You get what you pay for. Let's see who else is here. Yeah, Martha said, I'd like to thank the Academy and Sisuk for his amazing mentorship. Yeah, guys. So like, you know, Sisuk helped Martha a lot in the beginning. So if you guys want help, you know, we have a couple people in our group that are typically mentoring. They're not available right now, I don't believe. CT here. CT is one of the mentors. If you guys want to message him, I think he's helping Christian for the most part. Kip is here as well, I believe. Kip is kind of helping people a little bit too. I don't think he's here right now. Maddie's taking a break right now. He has some personal things to handle. It's all good. So I think for the most part, if you guys want to hit up Sisuk, I think he's here as well, or he's not. He already logged off for the day. So I think it's just CT here at the moment. Yeah, CT said Christian is doing great, keeping it simple. Yeah, it's key. Patrick said Patrick Kerr and Patrick Stevens are multi-verse traders, Sean. I knew it. It had to be. Had to be. Glenn's asking for trading till 9. We're only trading till 8 today. Glenn, I got a golf match. I got to drive up to LA, so I got to take an hour drive after this live session. So, and it's Friday, so Friday's not really the day to take these riskier trades. So I'm not really looking to over leverage myself and then risk losing my profits from this week. So we're only trading till 8 today. I think next week we'll start trading till 9, but I think for today just till 8 because Mondays and Fridays are the riskier days to trade on. So we're only trading till 8 for today specifically. Let's see, Barack. Hey, Barack, how's it going? Barack just made it to the party. Said late to the party. Happy to be here though. Hey, Barack, welcome. All right, so I don't see any entries right now, guys. I'm still looking for at least one more, but I don't think we're going to get anything here. We don't have a lower low or a higher high, so it's not looking like we're going to have any entries coming up anytime soon. But I am still hanging around. So if you guys have any other questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. I'm gonna have to get off at 8 o'clock, guys, because I have plans after this. I got to drive up to LA. It's an hour drive, and I got to go get ready as well. So if there's any other questions you guys have, feel free to put them in the chat. If I see anything happen from here until 8, we'll take the trade. If not, then it looks like we're gonna call it a week. I mean, it's been a pretty good week so far. Let me check the results for the week. So starting on Monday, all right, on Monday, we had one entry. So we had one win on Monday. We had one win on Tuesday, so that's 2 wins. We had one win on Wednesday, that's 3 wins. 4 wins. 5 wins, 1 win yesterday. And 1 win today, 6 wins. Okay, so we had 6 wins today, guys. Not bad. 6 wins this week. So 6 wins and 0 losses this week for the live session. So everybody should be in profit this week. We didn't have any losses during the live session. So if you guys traded with me during the live sessions, there was no losses. So you should be in profit this week. If you guys aren't, if you guys aren't in profit, you guys got to start documenting your trades. Because once you journal your trades, you'll figure out where you guys are like losing, because it's definitely not here in the live session because we haven't lost anything here yet. The live sessions have been pretty smooth. I mean, there hasn't been a lot of entries, but all the entries have been wins. So that's key. It's just sticking to quality entries. Christian said, I'm sorry, I heard my name. What's up? It's just CT. CT said he's been mentoring you and you've been doing good. Jacob said, Sean, when's the last time you had an official loss? Honestly, I can't remember. Let me check. Because we have a very high consistency here. Let me go to the results. I know it happened like not that long ago. So we didn't have any losses last week. We didn't have any losses the week before. So for the month of March, we didn't have a lot of trades, but we also didn't have a lot of losses. Let me go back a little further. So not in March. I know we had losses in February though. All right, so the last time I had a loss was February week 3. So that's like 3 weeks ago. And then the week before that, I had 1 loss too. So in February week 1, I had 1 loss. February week 2, I had 1 loss. February week 3, I had 1 loss. But other than that, I haven't had any losses in the past 3 weeks. So I mean, it's been pretty solid for the most part. It's just, but then again, we weren't applying this strategy the prior week. So, I mean, I don't know. That's the last time I had a loss. It's been a while, about 2 or 3 weeks. I see Jacob said, I'm super curious about next week because we probably will take more trades next week as we use some of this week to establish the strategy. Yeah, no, same here, Jacob. But I mean, from the whole testing from the entire month of March, there's only 4 losses. So I think we should be solid. And all those losses came on one day. It was Fed day right here on Friday the 3rd. So for example, if we didn't trade this day, or if we just had 1 loss and we wrapped it up, if we're like, okay, this market sucks, then we would have just had 2 losses for the entire month instead of 4. So the bulk of the losses came from this one day. So I probably wouldn't be taking all these losses, because after one trade or one loss, I would have gauged the market. I'd have been like, okay, this market sucks. Probably should not be trading. So like literally all the losses came from this one day. But I think after that first loss, the market was probably moving crazy on that day. We can even pull it up. Let's go to March 3rd. Let's go over here to March 3rd real quick. I just want to show you guys, or I want to look at it myself. Market was tripping on that day. Go back over here to the 3rd. There was something going on that day. I think the Fed was speaking or whatever. I just marked it up as Fed day. Yeah. So let me just, that's not it. Oh, we can't go that far back on the 1 minute. Let me go to the 5 minute. Okay, here we go. So this is March 3rd. Yeah, so you can see right here. Let me just take this stuff off. All right, so we probably wouldn't have traded during this day, Jacob. So this is the day. You can see how crazy the market was moving, right? 6:30 to 8. The market was super crazy right here on open. So those losses that came up right here, it was when the market was just spiking up and down. Yeah, this is like 1,600 pip move. So we probably wouldn't have even been trading here because the range is just too wide. Like every candle was like spiking, right? So even though that day was the only day with losses, it was because the market, like I disregarded news and disregarded everything. But now that I look back at it, the market was moving pretty crazy on that day. So I probably wouldn't have even traded on that day, because like all the losses happened right here, like at 6 to 7. Yeah, so I don't think we would have even traded during this day, Jacob, because I think if we saw one trade and it would have been a loss, these candles are so big. Like if you look at one candle, it's like 700 pips. So if our stop loss is 300 pips, we probably would have just skipped it because the market was moving all crazy. So, I mean, if we do the data there and we see that, you know, if that's the case, we would have like literally no losses, which is pretty insane. So I'm pretty excited, guys, for what's to come. I think this year is going to be really fun for all of us, because now that we've tested this strategy for the entire month of March, you know, if we can keep doing this every month and have a 90% win rate, there's no telling what we're capable of, right? Vincent over here. So the you know, big thanks to Vincent here. Vincent's the one who introduced this to us. I just made it a little better, like putting my little twist to it. But Vincent, for the past 5 months, he's been making over 15%, or he's been making over 90% win rate for the past 3 or 5 months. And he's been on the top leaderboard as top 10 FTMO trader. And, you know, Vincent has proof of it. We have a screenshot here. So you can see Vincent here is number 9 trader in FTMO, made 13% last month. He's been top 10 for like the past 3 or 5 months. So this strategy obviously works. And I'm pretty excited because I want to see everybody on that leaderboard in the next couple of months, right? We're going to have like, it's crazy because Vincent's the only person in the US that's on the leaderboard. And if we all kill it for the next couple of months, you know, this is all going to be US right here because everybody's going to be on this leaderboard. So pretty excited for what's to come. Yeah. Let me see if there's anything else here. I think that's about it. All right, guys, it's 8 o'clock. So I think that is it, guys. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, you know, Jacob said USA. Jacob, you have to move to USA before you get on that list. You're gonna have to be repping USA with us. But all right, guys. So I think that's it for this week. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Hopefully everyone had a great trading week. I had a great week. Hopefully you guys did, because this week was amazing. No losses, all straight wins, and it's been a pretty solid and consistent week for us. So, all right, guys, if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I got to get to my golf game. So I'll see you guys